I'm Camille from Camille's Prime Ideas, and today I have a singing hymn lesson plan for teaching the primary song, I Am Glad for Many Things. Now, this is a really fun primary song to sing around Thanksgiving. It's a way for children to kind of reflect on all the many things that they are glad for or grateful for. And it does use a turkey and feathers, so making it even more relevant to Thanksgiving. So for this activity, you will need some sort of turkey. You could draw a turkey on the board if your illustration skills allow you to do that. Mine don't, so I just printed one. And you can access this and all the other printables I'll be talking about using the link below. So I printed my turkey on cardstock and laminated it, and I just added a piece of magnetic tape to the back, mostly because I didn't want a magnet to kind of get in the way of my picture, but you can use tape or a magnet, it works fine. So, and then you'll just put that on the board before primary. Then you'll also need some feathers. And again, I have all these printables linked below. I printed mine on just some colored construction paper. It's actually been a while since I've used construction paper, and it was kind of fun, and I ran it through my printer and it worked great. So I just kind of picked 3 fall colors. You can pick whatever you want. You could even print them on white paper if that's easier too. And then you'll also need a writing utensil for each primary child. Oh, and then you do need enough feathers for each primary child. And then you need a writing, something to write with. And then I recommend tape with the feathers, mostly because, again, it won't interfere with how it looks on the picture. But if you have a magnet, that's fine. Sometimes, I don't know about you, but I just don't think I have enough magnets for all these, so tape works great, and then the feathers will just be thrown away after, so I wouldn't bother with using magnetic tape to reuse it. So that's kind of what you'll need for this activity. So to start teaching, what I recommend is that you, well, probably even before singing time starts, is pass out enough feathers to each teacher for each of their class. So just kind of know that each teacher is going to get a certain number and a writing utensil. And so that way you're not having, you can quickly distribute the things out to the primary children. If you have a large primary especially, anytime you're handing out props or things for them to hold or do, I recommend subdividing it, giving it to the teachers, and then let the teachers kind of control that. So you don't have to, and then it doesn't take time with just you passing out. It's great for bigger primaries. If you have a small primary and you can pass out to, 15 kids real quick, great. All right, so what you'll want to do is tell the primary that today you're going to talk about things you are glad for, and what does it mean to be glad for something. You're happy for it, you're grateful for it, you're thankful for it. So you tell them you're going to pass out a feather and instruct them that they are going to be writing something on the feather that they are glad or thankful or grateful for. All right? And then as the children are thinking of something to write on, you and the teachers sing the song with the pianist. So, and then I love to post the words. It will help you get teachers singing, and even if you get children want to sing, that's a win in my book. So you can sing the first and second verses as you're going through this. This activity does primarily focus just on the first verse, so it might be fun to just kind of get the second verse into their heads a little bit. So you just want to sing it enough times until every primary child has had enough time to write something that they are glad for on their feather. And then when they're done, they can just keep their feather, turn in their writing utensil back to their teacher, but they'll want to hang on to their feather. All right, so hopefully that's just a great way to kind of introduce the song to them. They're kind of hearing it without singing it. They're getting familiar with the melody. It's very simple, it's very short. It's just a really fun song all around. All right, so once everyone's finished writing on their feathers, you'll want to call up 4 children with their feather to the front. And you can, what I recommend is having teachers, if you have maybe 4 classes, those 4 teachers can pick 1 child from each class to come up and stand in a line. And then what you'll want is to have them read what they wrote on their feather. So maybe the first child wrote family on their feather. So they are going to place their feather on the turkey like that, and they have family. And then maybe another child wrote Video games. I know my son, that's what he would tell. I'm not gonna lie. Video games are probably one thing he's very grateful for. So we're gonna get video games right here. I mean, and you never know what you're gonna get when you have children. You just, you get what you get. We're gonna do no homework. How's that? I'm grateful for no homework. And then I have another one. Let's do our last one. We'll say Jesus Christ, okay? So we've got our 4 things that our children are thankful for. Now we're going to sing the song, but we're going to replace the words many things for whatever they said they were grateful for. So I am glad for, and then the first child said family. I am glad for family. We're going to replace that. And then what's next? What was the next one, if I can remember? Video games. I'm glad for video games. And you kind of just have to make it fit with the rhythm in order to just kind of so it jives. And actually, like, the longer the thing they're thankful for, it'll be really fun and memorable for the whole primary. I am glad for, what did we say? No homework. And then there was the last one. I am glad for healthy food. I think, or Jesus Christ, that's what we had. That are mine today. All right, so you've got the 4 children. They've come up, put their feathers on. You've talked about each of the things that they're grateful for. You're saying about it. They can go sit down. And then you're just going to repeat with more children, more feathers, and just whatever. You just never know what you're going to get, which is what's going to make this super fun. You can also, like I said, we're focusing primarily on the first verse, but you can also, while the children are up there, just sing the second verse. Just have everyone sing it. And then sit down. It'll just kind of give them a little more time to be up front if that's what they want. All right, so then you're just going to repeat. And I love that we're just getting the repetition and variety with new children coming forward. We're talking about all the things that they're grateful for. We're singing, and then they're sitting down and we're rotating. So any way that we can create lots of repetition without the primary children getting bored or realizing that you're just doing the same thing over and over again is a win in my book. All right, so if you have large primaries, maybe you've got too many so everyone won't be able to get a turn, do each of the feathers by class. So you can give them a minute to kind of collaborate while you and the teachers are singing, so they can come up with one thing that they're grateful for, and then that class can present their feather. Or you can even do each class gets 4 feathers. They can do 4 things, and then you're just doing each class is presenting 4 things that they're thankful for. I mean, there's just kind of a few options that you can provide just to accommodate different primary sizes. If your primary is small, give a few feathers to each primary child and let them have a few turns. All right, so time permitting, sing the song in a round, which is great. You sing the lyrics as they are written. The second group begins at the second measure. So I am glad for many things, and then you can start again, many things. Anyway, it's a round. If you look at the music, you can sing up to, I think, 4 groups. Rounds are really fun. Or if you don't want to do the rounds, I recommend using handbells. Now, this handbell chart that I created, it does use the basic 8-note set. I highly recommend using Marybells for that. But then it does require the additional 5-note add-on set. So those have all the sharps, and Marybells doesn't sell that set, but Kids Play is my recommended set for that. And again, I've got links below for all of this information. Anyway, singing it in rounds if you have time, or pulling out the handbells is super fun, just because this song will probably move fast, just depending on how much time you have in singing time. So once you've finished with all that, and hopefully you've sung the song a ton of times and just kind of been able to talk about all the different ways the primary children are grateful for different things. I love ending with a testimony. And for this one, bear testimony that we should be happy and thankful for all the many things that Heavenly Father has given us. So I hope that helps you celebrate Thanksgiving and singing time, and especially to sing just this wonderful primary song. And I would absolutely love to hear how it goes in the comments.